Worth the Trip features a wide variety of out-of-school activities and offers practical advice on how to organise and get the best out of school trips. Coming up, Tom Barrett takes his Year 6 pupils to the Galleries of Justice in Nottingham to explore the history of crime and punishment from the 1500s to the present day.
We won't hit them, we won't hit them.
And we join St Michael's Primary School on their 3-day trip to the Robin Wood Activity Centre in Todmorden.
I think the Galleries of Justice is a valuable kind of educational visit for my class because it links really nicely with our local history, and it's a fantastic building and place to sort of go and sort of an experience, really. So we've got crime and punishment between 10:15 and 11:30, and then we've got reform school, and then we've got Victorian children on trial. We're going to be having these mock trials where we're going to be part in this sort of courtroom and we're going to be recreating what has happened in the past. And some people may have to say a few things, and I want to make sure that we just make sure we give it our best effort. Amanda's photocopying some scripts at the moment which we may have to use, okay? So we're going to have to make sure Taking children off sort of campus, I suppose, is always a worry. I think whenever you go and however many you take, I mean, you're always, as a teacher, it's a natural concern and you're constantly sort of aware of what's going on and where the children are and how many children you've got and how many you haven't. And it is always a concern. What you need to do for me is I'd like you to go to the toilet and come back and put your coats on and sit down at your desk. It's really important that any teacher, well, at least one teacher has a chance to go and see the venue before they take their children. I wouldn't envisage anybody taking a class of 30 children to a place they'd never been before, even if it is sort of led and sort of you know, the people there actually kind of guide you around, even so.
Even with the most careful planning, problems can arise. Unfortunately, Tom has left something on the bus.
So I'm going to ring the school to get the number of the bus company to get them to come back, and hopefully it won't be too far into Nottingham. Hi, it's Tom. The bus driver's driven off with the box that we need, and I need to get him back. The box, yeah, of resources that we need.
Tom was unable to contact the bus driver and will have to organise extra worksheets at the venue.
I mean, is there a way that we could obviously use what we've photocopied for my group this afternoon and Sarah can just use? Yeah, it's as the class teacher involved with the whole, I mean, looking after the 30 of my children, it varies in stress levels, I think. The stressful parts are just ensuring everything is running, really.
So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take you all into court and we're going to witness a court case from the early 1830s that involves a man called George Beck. But unfortunately, George Beck's been dead for quite some time now, so what we need is somebody to volunteer to play George Beck in the dark today. So Sarah in the yellow, would you like to play George for us today? Now we'd also...
The pupils witness a trial of their classmate in the original Victorian courtroom.
So for the record, are you guilty or not guilty?
No.
The unhappy volunteer is sentenced and sent down to the cells.
Before we have you taken from your cell, taken outside to a site of public execution, where you'll be hanged by your neck until you are dead, and may the Lord have mercy upon your soul.
Yeah. There's two ways for everyone to go down here. You notice that's for thieves and murderers, because thieves have got a bit of a chance while they're down here, okay? You have to pay me 7 shillings, which is about a month's wage, or pocket money, okay? And that will get you a nice cell. If you're a murderer, you don't get a choice. You go downstairs to the pits, which is a very dark place. Dark cave, there's no light down there. And also, you know something that's very disgusting is, there's also no toilets. So you have to go all over the floor. Now then, shift out my way a bit. So that run a bit. Follow me.
After their visit with the jailer, the pupils are hauled off to the women's jail to experience the harsh realities of prison life.
Welcome to the ladies' prison. The year is 1856. When you enter the prison, your clothes will be taken away from you and you'll be issued with a uniform. But first you're going to have a bath. Your bath's over there in the corner.
As soon as you kind of arrive, you're on someone else's premises, really. And basically, they know it better than me. You know, and even though I'm kind of looking after my children, and obviously I'm fully responsible, you're kind of handing over what they're actually going to be doing to them.
You, Smiler, come in. What was your crime to society?
Killing.
Oh, really? Who did you kill?
As part of the Victorian experience, the pupils journey back to the strict regime of a reformatory school and stony-faced Mrs. Price.
Disgusting!
You are the scum from the slums of Nottingham! Children should be seen and most certainly not heard. Do that. You got some chalk? And it's a plus sign. Come on, think! Shh. Is he right?
Yes, Miss
What do you want to say about
The pupils and Tom
What have we got here then?
are given the opportunity to reenact the trials of real-life child criminals and get an insight into the darker side of Victorian society.
Not guilty.
Your Honour, Isabella Megan says that she is not guilty. May I call the first witness?
Yes, yes. It was a really valuable day, and I think the children have got so much out of it in terms of experience. I think the way that they presented the history really brought it to life. They had like live actors doing the different things and talking to the children, the way they were so involved with the sort of scenes and things. It was a really valuable day.
There are many similar trips available around the country. For example, the Dungeon in York offers a unique combination of real history, horror and humour, bringing gruesome goings-on back to life. The dungeons are not suitable for children under the age of 8. A visit to the Clink prison in London offers a good knowledge base for students studying crime and punishment in medieval and Tudor times. Ruthin Jail in Clwyd offers custom guided historical tours and explores the changes in attitudes over the centuries to crime and the treatment of those who break the law. The Toll House Museum in Great Yarmouth compares life in a Victorian prison to the experience of modern-day inmates. Richard Makin's Year 6 pupils from St Michael's Primary School in Warwickshire are on a 3-day activity trip in rural Lancashire.
We've travelled for what, 3.5 hours, haven't we? And where are we now?
Robin Woods.
Are we a little bit excited?
Yes.
Quite a bit excited?
Yes.
Looking forward to the next 3 days?
Yes.
We've been coming to Robin Wood for a number of years now, and we keep coming back because it's a very well organised establishment. Teachers have a large amount of responsibility taken off them with the sort of qualifications of the people here. The equipment here is good, the facilities are fantastic, and the report back we get from the children is always very, very positive. So they're always like, can we go again? Can we go again? So, and the teachers that have come over the years, always desperate to come too. So it's the complete package.
Right then, so you two girls come round here. You were the leaders for Point A.
These trips sort of provide the facilities that schools don't have, with the instructors, the equipment, the scenery, the backdrop, that gives the children the opportunity to get out and do stuff that they wouldn't normally do.
What's going to happen is that's going to sit on top of these rocks and keep that stable, and therefore that's going to keep that on, that one's going to keep that on, and so on and so forth. You've got these massive ones here keeping it all down.
Right at the start, there's an introductory meeting, one meeting with the course manager and the teachers, where the teachers can talk through particular requirements of their group, and then there's a meeting with the course manager and the children, going through a few of the safety rules, the fire drill. We go through all of that at the start.
Have they told you that the piranhas are real?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
The centre is in a magnificent hillside setting. The hill walk is the first activity.
It's like in at the deep end, all raring to go, sitting on the bus, getting excited, and I'm right up a mountain.
And now our next part. See what's happened to G there? See, it's a nice big bend.
Yeah, and then
Slightly, so that's the right way around.
so yeah, that's the bend.
Ooh.
So our next letter's I.
The second day starts with a short journey to the canal where the group will go canoeing. Qualified instructors take the session and offer advice throughout.
With outdoor adventurous activities, there's always the risk of something happening. It's you're out there in the countryside, you're out on the lake, or you're in a canoe, and ultimately you could fall in, you could get wet. The instructors made it very clear to the children that the second that was going to happen, they knew what to expect.
That's it, boys. You're gonna crash. Try to do something about it.
The rest is still there then.
Lean it. What? Hey, it's Hawaii 5-0 all over again. Well done, that's really good. It's really good, keep going. You kind of watch the blade putting it in flat. Yeah, doing it together. It's all right, we won't hit. Safety is the top issue. We're obliged to write risk assessments for trips. The great thing about activity centres in general now is that because of the nature of the paperwork, that the centres are producing their own very detailed risk assessments that have been thoroughly scrutinised by all the experts. And so when it comes to taking children caving, for example, they've got caving experts in to write the risk assessment.
And you can see where we walked yesterday, down. Again, when we walked along the cliff, we had to keep to the right. We came down the cliff down that side and all the way down the valley down there. That's superb. Really high up, aren't we?
At the end of the day, the pupils take part in an archery session. With expert coaching, they can develop their skills and put what they've learnt into practice in tournaments and challenges.
Yeah, it's been great. There's loads of fun activities to do. They've all been good so far. We've got some more this afternoon and tomorrow, so it's still going to be good.
When you're at school, you just have to get your head down and work, but here you can have fun.
My advice to anybody who's organising this for the very first time is you're not doing it by yourself. It's not a one-person show, you know. You need to get a team together to do it and take on the responsibility and just go out there and let the centre take the responsibility. Read the risk assessments very carefully and make sure you're happy with everything that's going to go on. Make sure the parents are informed, ultimately, and the children are informed so that they know exactly what is going to be expected of them and what they're going to do. At the end of it, it's a very uplifting experience. You need to go and enjoy it. I use the word relax tentatively in the sense that you're never going to relax while you have 40 children that you're responsible for over the course of a few days. But you can relax in an environment where you know that there is people here who are qualified to deal with every eventuality.
There are many activity centres around the country catering for school groups. The Ackers Activity Centre, located 2 miles from Birmingham City Centre, offers a wide range of outdoor pursuits, including climbing, canoeing, kayaking and archery. Finborough Hall in Suffolk offers a variety of activities, including quad biking, fishing and camping. Colshot Activity Centre at Forley in Southampton offers a number of exciting water and land-based activities, including a climbing complex and indoor dry ski slope. The Glamora Centre in Borrowdale in the Lake District National Park offers a multi-purpose venue for outdoor adventure. PGL activity centres across the country provide a host of challenging indoor and outdoor activities.